Hey, Keegan, from the opening tip, you just looked aggressive and ready for tonight. What was it that was different, and what was the mindset change that you kind of went through for this game?
I mean, we played them, like 10 times the last whatever amount of time, and I just knew kind of what my spots are going to be going into the game, so just stayed aggressive and just capitalized on that.
Keegan, two for you. One, very serious about this. Did you change anything in your routine? Like, did you have your Wheaties this morning or anything like that? And then two, like, did you call this a signature game for yourself?
No, I did not change anything. I haven't changed anything since my rookie year, but I feel like I've had a lot of good games, and I think this is kind of the second time where our back's been against the wall at the end of the year. So, you could call it that, but I think it was just a really good game by a lot of guys on our team.
Keegan, I want to ask you again about your approach because it seemed like your teammates were looking for you in that first quarter, and you knocked down the first couple threes. Was that pretty much the game plan?
The first play was for me, and we just kind of kept going to that early on in the game, and I felt like I kept being aggressive no matter if I was missing shots, missing bunnies, things like that. So, and when your shot's falling, and especially when mine's falling, like against Utah earlier in the year and things like that, they always seem to find me at some point.
Keegan, in the first half, you guys seemed like you took control of the game, and you were winning a lot on the margins with second chance points, fast break points, things like that. But even then, you only had a 4-point lead going into halftime. Knowing the history of this team and what you went up against in Game 7 last year, what was the mood in the locker room in halftime, and what was the emphasis coming into the third quarter?
We know them historically are very good in the third quarter. They beat us a lot of times in the third quarter, and I feel like our attention to detail going in the third quarter was big. I think we got out to a 9-point lead before the first time out, and we got a lot of 50-50 balls, which were good in that quarter to kind of get extra possessions for us.
Keegan, given the history of these two teams, does this feel like a big accomplishment for you guys, a monkey off the back, so to speak?
It doesn't take what they did to us last year at all. That still stings to this day, but it kind of peels the Band-Aid off a little bit. They got us last year. We got them this year in a different circumstance. So it's always going to be a good matchup whenever we play them. It's always a fun matchup for us and the community.
Keegan, as you get ready to play New Orleans, does this win give you extra confidence that you can finally beat this team?
Yeah, you don't talk about a monkey on our back. The New Orleans, they've had our number the whole year, so we gotta figure a way how to contain them, contain their main guys, contain guys like CJ, and guys coming off their bench. So it's a big matchup for us to try and get in the playoffs and a team that's beat us 5 times.
Keegan, last season you were thrust into a pretty major role in the playoffs as a rookie. I know Keon isn't necessarily a rookie, but first real playoff minutes, and he performed the way that he did. Just your observation of the work that he put in and his story to have that kind of night.
Yeah, you can always, especially that was kind of his first big game in a way. So it's fun to kind of see how I went through that last year and him kind of flourish in that position this year. And he's only going to get better in those big games. And he wasn't shying away from the moment. He shot the ball well, played defense really well, and it's just huge for us.
Keegan, coming into this game, did you feel any pressure on yourself? And if you did, how you feel you took care of that?
Yeah, I just wanted to step up with guys out. I feel like especially the last couple weeks, I just feel like I need to step up in a way, offensively, defensively. Tonight it was offensively, so I feel like I did that. A lot of our guys stepped up too. HB was big for us down in the fourth quarter. Keon was big for us, but for me, just going in this game, I just wanted to step up.
Keegan, you just talked about Keon. Davion also has had some big moments for you guys. You and Fox have both kind of made strides defensively. This new kind of more defensive identity that you guys have formed in since the All-Star break. How much did that help tonight, and how much could that help you guys moving forward?
It's good just because it can keep you in games when shots aren't falling. When you look at the best teams in the league, they're all very good defensively. So that means when their shot's not falling, they're still going to be in games, and that's something that we kind of want to tip our hat on when shots aren't falling. like tonight, shots were falling. We ended up winning by 20 points, kept on under 100. So.
Keegan, when you consider the magnitude of the game and the quality of the opponent, is it possible this was the finest team defensive effort you guys have produced since you've been here?
Postseason-wise, yeah. Just from start to finish, how dynamic offensively they are. That was for sure one of our best efforts since I've been here, for sure. Just keeping them under 30 points all 4 quarters against that high-powered offense is pretty good.
Thanks, everyone.